Hi, my name is Mary. Today FM plays the best music in Lambasa. Today FM rocks.
My name is Thomas. I'm here in Nakasi and I like to listen to Today FM because it rocks.
My name is Milinia. Today FM rocks here in Singatoka.
My name is Alfriti and Today FM rocks here in Tavua.
My name is Mary Jane. I love listening to Today FM here in Ba. Today FM rocks.
My name is Ilay Tiambal and I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks here in Osur.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
In the news tonight, ADB President commends Fiji's economic progress. LTA appoints new CEO. And FCCC to conduct random checks this weekend.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Amrita Sagar.
The Asian Development Bank President Takehiko Nakao has commended Fiji on its economic progress and has reiterated the institution's focus to strengthen its partnership here. President Nakao is currently in Fiji to assess the meeting venues for ADB's annual meeting of Board of Governors, which will be held in Nadi in the first week of May. Maggie Boyle reports.
The ADB president wrapping up a pre-visit in the lead-up to the annual meeting 3 months away. And as head of Asia's largest bank, the president highlighting Fiji's economic prowess.
Current account balance is well balanced because of a very strong tourist revenue, about 20% of GDP, and also remittance from abroad. And also foreign direct investment covers some deficit of current account. And inflation has been managed.
Nakao adding that Fiji is an example other Pacific countries can learn from.
Debt to GDP ratio is managed at 15.15% of GDP. So some Pacific Island countries have a difficulty of debt because of some overborrowing in some countries, but this country has been managing those things very well.
And on to the meeting proper, with Fiji spearheading the logistics. It's expected to be another Pacific example of regional potential.
We're the ones that are doing all of the logistical planning, and in doing so, we've outsourced some of the responsibilities. We have a professional conference organiser, we have a transport provider and others. And because this is the biggest meeting of its kind that Fiji has ever hosted, one of the things we're doing is we're building capacity here, also in the private sector, to be able to run these sorts of meetings.
Fiji is the first developing Pacific country that will host the international forum, with more than 3,000 delegates expected to attend. Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
Meanwhile, the ADB President and Prime Minister Varanger Bainimarama met today to discuss ways ADB can expand and strengthen its partnership with Fiji. Takehiko Nakao also held discussions with Attorney General and Minister for Economy Ayaz Sayed Qayyum. The government and ADB are now preparing a new country partnership strategy to guide joint efforts in 2019 to 2023. After more than a year without a chief executive officer, the Land Transport Authority has today appointed Samuel Simpson as its new CEO. Simpson, who hails from the United Kingdom, has 32 years of transport industry experience and says he is ready to put his expertise to great use in bettering Fiji's transport system. Ananda Vulo reports.
Since taking up his new role as the CEO of the Land Transport Authority last Wednesday, Samuel Simpson says road safety is at the top of his to-do list.
I want the LTA to be really customer focused. I want us to concentrate on safety. Road safety is an issue. Vehicle safety is always an issue. And I'm looking forward to working with the LTA team.
The LTA chair says Simpson's appointment comes with great benefits to them.
Mr. Simpson actually came out with strong leadership qualities, with managerial skills, and that put him as the best candidate for the role among many who had applied.
The LTA brand will become much more in people's mind and in people's psyche as we go forward and as we develop our communication programs, particularly in the realm of road safety.
Simpson previously worked for Bus Gearan in Ireland and in the Middle East, responsible for Sacro's bus operations in Asia, Middle East and Americans. Anna Ravulo, FBC News.
Spot checks will be carried out at various shops this weekend as the rush for back-to-school shopping continues. The Fijian Competition and Consumer Commission officers will be out doing surveillance as they've received several reports against traders engaging in unethical practices. Seniani Boiler reports.
With only 2 days remaining for parents, guardians and students to finish their back-to-school preparations, the consumers are being reminded to be vigilant when shopping.
We advise all our staff, because it's a Saturday, even the office staff will be out and about. We won't be actually saying which areas they'll be and how many people will be in each area, because that's the whole point of random investigation, and they'll go out and randomly inspect, and then hopefully we find that compliance is good.
Consumer Council Media Manager Tevita Boimbao says more traders will make use of the increase in demand for school supplies, so consumers should be vigilant.
The Council has received complaints in the past. This year the Council took a proactive approach, as it normally takes every year, and went out and did the survey, and so we are putting out this advice to our consumers. If consumers do experience any cases where they feel they are being overcharged for these exercise books, we encourage them to contact the National Consumer Helpline on toll-free number 155.
The FCCC, together with the Consumer Council, will work together to ensure that traders provide the best services to consumers. Sainian Imboila, FBC News.
Meanwhile, the divisional police commanders have been directed to ensure all necessary school-related operations are ready for the start of the 2019 academic year. Chief Operations Officer ACP Maritino Ngiolevu is calling on divisional heads to maximize police visibility. This is to ensure patrols before and after school is maintained at all zones. ACP Ngiolevu says the focus for now is on the movement of people conducting back-to-school shopping and those returning from their holidays. He adds teachers and members of the public need to work together in keeping their children safe. 5 people have been taken in custody after they were caught smuggling illegal substance to the Coravo Remand Center yesterday. Deputy Commissioner of Corrections Senior Superintendent Apimeleki Toke says these people were visiting their relatives who are in remand when their illegal activity was caught on the CCTV camera. The 5 include 2 women and 3 men. The items found included marijuana and tobacco leaves. Toke is reminding all visitors to any correction center to refrain from bringing in prohibited items during their visit. For still to come, a ruling on FICAC's application next month. And faith-based organizations support important, says EU. Details after the break.
Bula, nevang go malakai leloma, ngongai nakas untuk makarong ng Bula FM, namban 2 ay nasere.
Hoya ubasit sai lambasa, ya untuk talita ina warong ng Bula FM, namban 2 ay nasere.
Gua do tumeli ako na tao no hinga toka, talita kina na warong ng Bula FM, namban 2 ay nasere.
Wana tunga ng Bula FM, namban 2 ay nasere naman.
Nevang go fani na tao no singa toka, kita untuk talita ka ng Bula FM, namban 2 ay nasere.
Bula FM, namban 2 ay nasere.
3 people were arrested in Nandi last night following a stop and search of a suspected motor vehicle in Beverly Hills. Upon searching, the police confiscated 6 sachets of dried leaves suspected to be marijuana. The 44-year-old driver of the motor vehicle has been detained, along with a 21-year-old laborer and a 33-year-old painter. All the suspects are from Navodi, Nandi. And in another case, while in Field 40 Lautoka, police officer on mobile patrol searched a 30-year-old man and found 5 foil bullets of dried leaves believed to be marijuana. The suspect is in custody. All the drugs have yet to be analyzed. Application made by FICAC to transfer the case of 2 former employees of Water Authority of Fiji to the High Court has been deferred to next month. The former land acquisition officer of Water Authority of Fiji, Leisiasa Valesu, faces 1 count each of abuse of office, forgery and obtaining a financial advantage. It is alleged that Valesu facilitated the processing of false payments of over $334,496 as claims for crop and land compensation for the Moanikau 5G project and Nambukala projects. Poliasi Waite Simeone is alleged to have aided Valesu to commit the offence and obtained a financial advantage of $26,402.38. Ruling on FICAC's application will be made on February 20th. Faith-based organizations can play a huge role to change the attitudes and beliefs in the society to ensure people reject violence against women, girls, says head of cooperation at the EU delegation for the Pacific, Christoph Wagner. This after more than 1,500 cases of domestic and gender-based violence were recorded last year, which included more than 40 children. Kritika Kumar reports.
Christoph Wagner believes working with religious leaders will help them change the society's mindset.
There's, I think, often a complete wrong perception that religion justifies violence, or also a wrong perception in terms of what is the what male authority entails. It is certainly not about violence, and I think this has to be made very much clear.
Wagner says this will take some time and support from relevant stakeholders such as the Fiji Women's Crisis Center is essential. Meanwhile, FWCC coordinator Shamima Ali says religious leaders play a vital role in creating a safe environment for the survivors.
I think we need to create a safe environment for them. And that can only be done if we go out in the community, do the community mobilization, get people on board, and particularly religious, traditional leaders, advisory councillors, and so on.
The EU and the Australian government have partnered to coordinate a $46.72 million program, which is the region's single largest project to date to address domestic violence. Kritika Kumar, FBC News.
50 children from the Housing Assistance and Relief Unit in Vale Levu were all smiles today after receiving back-to-school hampers from Digicel. The HEART community provides support and services to families with low or no source of income, especially single parents and orphan children. Kelly Vadala reports.
It's every parent's dream to see their child achieve the best when it comes to education, and this act of kindness will contribute to just that.
I'm ready to go back to school, and I have all my bags and stuff over there, and yes, really, I'm ready to go to school.
I'm very excited for today, and yeah, I think it's a lot for today. We are so blessed because most of us, we don't get these opportunities. Most of us are single parents, we look after our children.
Meroni Rokondraki, who stays at the Nasoli Heart, says the timely donation will help the children strive in their education.
Some parents haven't bought anything for their children because it's hard for them financially, especially those who are single parents. But these children deserve an education.
Digicel Chief Executive Mike Gregg says the initiative was a staff effort.
Education is the centre of everything. Anybody can learn, and everybody deserves the right to learn. So, in business and life, learning's the key element that keeps us all, striving to succeed and do good things.
The school package includes exercise books and backpacks with basic stationery. Kelly Vadala, FBC News.
In world news, U.S. President Donald Trump takes his case for a wall directly to the U.S.-Mexico border. The government has been partially shut down for nearly 3 weeks because of a stalemate between lawmakers and the president over funding the wall. Coming up in sports later with Jamie, Suva football sets the target, but Rachel joins you now with business.
Thanks, Amrita. Good evening, and coming up after the break, SBSC outlines 2019 plans. And in growing Fiji, 4 more fire stations for NFA. Stay with us.
Voila, I am Eleanor. For the best classic hits, I only listen to Gold FM here in Singatoka. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Seni Rawa. I love listening to Gold FM here in Nosuri. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Dino. I'm from Outrigger, Koroko, Singatoka. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Salote. I love listening to Gold FM here in Nosuri. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Bula, my name is Mariva. Gold FM plays the best classics here in Outrigger, Singatoka.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Leading business tonight, the South Pacific Stock Exchange aims to become an institution better reflecting Fiji's economy. Business Development Manager Pritesh Prasad says the current presence the SPSC has created is on the right track. However, more needs to be done. Here's more details.
The exchange will be making technological upgrades to enhance its market presence.
Our primary agenda for 2019, of course, is going to be focusing on increasing the number of listed companies in the stock markets, be increasing the number of investable products that are listed on the stock market as well. So at the moment, we are focusing much on equities. Now our idea is to extend that base and open it up so that investors have a wide array of choice in terms of investments.
Prasad says they will also work on positioning SPSC as a service-driven organization.
The area that we are going to work on, of course, is going to build on our investor awareness area and make our investment options or investments related to the stock market, that knowledge about investing in the stock market, reachable to the ground level.
Prasad says awareness of the stock market is also vital, as it will enable new investors to enter the market. Currently, there are 20 listed companies on SPSC and close to 19,000 investors.
And we now join Sharon from HFC Bank with the latest from the trading world.
It was a fairly quiet day on the macroeconomic releases calendar. The financial markets were little moved as investors looked out for any developments surrounding the trade talks. Stocks on Wall Street fell after a 4-day rally while US Treasury prices rose. The latest data release showed the strength of the US labor market suggests the economy remains on a solid path of expansion. And closer to home, both the Aussie and Kiwi dollars are still benefiting from sloppy US dollar momentum. The change in policy by the US Federal Reserve undermined one of the main props for the US dollar. And that's it from HFC Bank for this week. Vinaka.
Thanks, Sharon. On to the exchange rates as it was set this morning. It was another mixed day for the Fiji dollar as the market remained somewhat volatile. Our dollar lost ground against the Chinese yuan as well as the US greenback and the Aussie dollar, but gained against the Kiwi and the Kina as well as the euro and the Japanese yen. Taking a look at the commodities market, oil prices ended the week at $52.33 a barrel. Gold was down at $1,288 an ounce, and silver followed suit, closing at $15.56 per ounce. And in growing Fiji tonight, the National Fire Authority will soon commission 2 new fire stations, while work on 2 more will be completed later this year. The chief executive says these new stations will be at Rakiraki and Nambawalu. He says this is in line with the aim to enhance their service. NFA currently has 18 fire stations.
We've been mandated by government to continue to improve our response time to any emergencies. So that means continuing to expand our presence in areas that we are not in at the moment. So that's something that that's currently work in progress for us.
And that's a wrap from the business desk for this week. Jamie joins you now with the latest in sports.
Thanks, Rachel, and good evening. Up ahead in sports, no major upsets on day 1 of the Tambandamu Sevens. And Gamel impressed with players at National Under-23 trials. This and more coming up.
Hi, I'm Jyotishma. I'm from Singatoka. I love listening to Mirchi FM. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM is #1.
I'm Charlene Robert. Mirchi FM rocks in Lambasa.
I'm Soname Nasori Jackson. Mirchi FM is hot.
My name is Raymond Dutt. I'm in Baba Singh Alliance. Mirchi FM is hot in Lambasa.
I'm Pritika from Jax Nasori. I love listening to Mirchi FM here in Nasori. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
The host team was the first to book a place in the quarterfinal of the Silver Waters Tambandamu Sevens tournament at Ratu Dakambao Park, Nausori today. Tambandamu came out firing this morning, beating Killen Brothers 33-0, then accounted for Land Force Battalion 7-0 before being held at 12-all by Nankarani Seaside. Meli Tabanga reports.
The Tambandamu rugby side, who won 4-7 tournaments last year, is coming in full force to kickstart the 2019 season on a high.
It's just starting of the year. We try to do a good combination to other new boys develop up their games, and we'll wait for the. I already said that this is only a build-up for the Coral Coast 7 next week.
The side is oozing with confidence as they're fielding in a few former national reps.
Luke, our skipper. We've got Ambele, Alalatambua, Leona Kasau. We've got Langai, Manueli Langai. These are a couple of the Fiji teams.
Captain Luke Ngaunimeke says their game was not up to the expectation.
Our style of game dropped in the last pool match against Nagarani as we didn't follow what we planned, but we will make sure to iron out our weaknesses before tomorrow.
The remaining under-20 pool games will be completed tomorrow before the first cup quarterfinal of the main competition starts at 12 noon. Melita Wanga, FBC Sports.
The Silver Waters Tambandamu Sevens tournament will see top teams battling it out in the knockout stage tomorrow. The first cup quarterfinal sees Tambandamu Blues taking on Flying Fish. National Fire Authority will meet New Rua Delta Uprising. Wardens face Nakelo, while police take on Uli Nakau Barbers in the quarterfinal. Fiji Airways men's sevens coach Gareth Baber says robust forward Paul Nranisinukula will be heavily missed when they defend their title in Hamilton in 2 weeks. While Nranisinukula is recovering well from an injury sustained before the opening leg in Dubai, he will need more time to fully recover. Weber says players like Nranisinukula and others who aren't in this squad, in the squad this time around had played a vital role in the 24-17 win over South Africa in the final last year.
I particularly remember the likes of Paula busting out of his 22 and Joshua making big hits on a touchline, and Aroni was playing with us at that stage as well, and him being physical. And it's striking that balance between the pace of the game that we need, ensuring that we look after the ball, and delivering that power which teams struggle to cope with when we get it right.
Fiji-born Clermont winger Alivereti Raka will have to wait a little longer to debut for France. Fiji football coach Christophe Gamel is happy with the talent on display at the National Under-23 trials for the OFC Championship. Gamel says there are a few areas he has been working on and players have responded well. Vasnil Prasad reports.
These players have been giving their best in the Under-23 trials so far, but coach Christophe Gamel needs more time to gauge them.
It's mental, physical, technical, tactical. But it's a good feedback. The group is really keen to enjoy and to suffer, because the selection process you suffer.
7 overseas players are part of the trials alongside 53 locals. Australia-based Corey Sharma says it has been a tough week for him in Fiji.
It's Fiji national team, so it's going to be competitive. But yeah, I like a challenge, and so long as I can show that I'm the best in my position, I have nothing to worry about.
The trials will continue until Wednesday, and Gamel says the best players for the next phase of training will be selected soon.
I'm flexible. We have really to, if we are in trouble or we are in doubt with someone, he will come back for the next, because we still have time.
The Fiji Under-23 team will compete at the OFC Championship, and the winner will qualify for the Olympic Games in Japan next year. Vashnil Prasad, FBC Sports.
The fitness test to select the final Fiji Rugby League squad of 25 for the Pacific Games in Samoa was held today. Team manager Tevita Korosaya says he was impressed with the commitment from players over the festive season. Koroi Tandolala reports.
Players whose dedication has exceeded the selection team's expectation have been identified.
You have the big hurdle that you have to come through, especially for the players, was the festive season. And to see some of the players keep that showing commitment to actually be part of that 25-member squad is, just really appreciate the efforts, and I want to thank them for their commitment.
24-year-old Philip Shaw from Tailevu says he's been training for the past 3 years and hopes to represent Fiji in an international tournament.
Training for 3 years now, and I'm looking forward to have a contract in overseas. I think this is a good pathway for me to represent a nation, Fiji.
While it's unconfirmed, it is expected the final squad of 25 will be announced on Monday. Koroi Tandulala, FBC Sports.
Four-time ASB Classic champion David Ferreira has bid an emotional farewell to Auckland after injury cruelly cut his tournament short. Playing in his farewell tour, the retiring Spaniard was forced to limp off the court in just the third game. In today's Play of the Day, a gruesome blow to the head left Ben Cutting bloodied and possibly concussed while attempting to catch playing for the Brisbane Heat against the Melbourne Renegades last night. The Australian all-rounder required 5 stitches after the ball spilled through his hands and onto his face. That's it from Sports Tonight. Angie joins you later on with weather and in new media, the benefits of being Insta-famous. Details after the break.
मैं नवनीत नंद नंबुआ लुम्बुआ से जैसे प्रेनी नोट मशहूर है वैसे रेडियो फीजी 2 भी सभी जगह मशहूर है। रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
सीमा नकाशी से मैं रेडियो फीजी 2 पसंद करती हूँ सुनने के लिए। रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
मैं हूँ अंकल किंग सिंगाटोका टाउन के टैक्सी ड्राइवर। जैसे रग्बी फेमस है वैसे रेडियो फीजी 2 फेमस है।
रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
In new media, Instagram is full of influencers. And here's Angie with the weekend weather. Welcome to the Weather World. Hope you had a wonderful day. Well, of course you did. It's Friday in the hood. For today, the weather was a mix between sun and showers. The showers weren't that extreme, it was moderate. Checking the west out for today, a ray of sunshine was witnessed, but light showers and clouds covered that up. Eastwards from Peck Harbour to Suva, showers and cloudy periods with more showers in store for tonight. And up north, clouds hovering the skies with showers also expected. At sea, it's quite rough as southeast winds will gust 20 to 25 knots. For the tides, high tide at 11:11 p.m. with low tide at 5:36 a.m. Sunrise at 6:40. For tomorrow, it's not looking good as the showers look quite depressing, but it's not the end of the world. Good days will come eventually. Tomorrow's temps, Sabu Sabu will be the coolest spot with highs of 29 degrees. And looking further on to Sunday and Monday, such a twist, it looks quite good and clear for school. And that's all from the FBC Weather World. I'm Rita. Thanks, Angie. And in Fijian Pulse tonight, we asked, do you think the Fiji Sevens team can defend the Hamilton title despite losing 3 of its key players?
Yeah, I think despite Fiji losing its key players, I think they could still defend the title.
Can still win despite the losing key players.
They can do without those players because Fiji has a lot of supporters. Whenever they have a lot of supporters, they will be winning.
It doesn't matter if they are out of the team because there are many more players that can perform well like them.
Recapping the main stories, ADB President commends Fiji's economic progress. LTA appoints new CEO and FCCC to conduct random checks this weekend. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station, Gold FM. To our poll question segment. This week, we're asking, is Fiji ready for a passenger train industry? Visit our FBC website to answer. Before we go, our shot of the day comes from Lukumbalavu in Savu-Savu, taken by Rico. You can also send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email, fbcnews@fbc.com.fj, or share it with us via our Facebook page, FBC News, or you can also follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC News, or simply hashtag FBC News. And that was your FBC News for tonight. Until next time, good night.
Bula, nevang gomal kay leloma, ngongay nakas on tumakarong ng Bula FM, nambang 2 ay nasir.
Hoya ubasit sai sa Lambasa, ya on talitay na warong ng Bula FM, nambang 2 ay nasir.
Guya do tumeli ako na tao no hinga toka, talita kina na warong ng Bula FM, nambang 2 ay nasir.
Wala tuma ng Bula FM, nambang 2 ay nasir namalun.
Na evang go fani na tao no go singa toka, kita on talita kana Bula FM, nambang 2 ay nasir.
Bula FM namba 2 na série.